The first move is a W, and the first move to me goes 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's my first move. And then here's my X right there. And then it's 1, 2, 3, Y. Here's my WXY. And why do I think it's finished? Because at the end of every correction, be it a simple correction ABC or a complex correction WXY or WXYXC, the final move is always fully impulsive. What do we see here? What do we see here? I see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see a fully impulsive move. Okay, that's the first fully impulsive move that I see. Fully impulsive, not part of an ABC, because this is an impulsive move to the downside, but this is an X wave. Here, let's pull out the pen. Impulsive moves to the downside. This is an X wave. The correction is counter to the trend. The trend is down. The correction is up. So when I say fully impulsive move, it has to be going up because the correction itself has to be, the general trend of the correction is up. Okay, so this was a fully impulsive move, but it was part of a larger three-wave structure, right? That's a three-wave structure. This is fully impulsive. That's an X wave, okay? This is not fully impulsive, but partially impulsive. It's an ABC structure. This is an ABC structure. This is your fully impulsive sort of ending diagonal, it seems. Ending diagonal, 5-wave structure. Hello, everyone. My name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is February 14th, 2022. Happy Valentine's Day. All right. Today, I believe, is the day that we see Bitcoin actually make a move. All right. And the move I believe it will make is breaking this long held support of, let's turn the magnet off, breaking this long held support at 41.8 or wherever it is. Yeah. So yesterday we got a quick wick down below, but it wasn't actually the break. Okay. I believe today we will break, and I'm going to go into why that is. All right. Also, I'm going to talk about next move, the next big move I think Bitcoin will do, big quote unquote, right? So once this trade plan is complete, right, this move to the downside that I believe that we're getting, what am I expecting? All right, so I'm going to talk about that. If that seems interesting to you, then watch until the very end. Thank you very much for subscribing. To all the new subscribers, please like the video. Please share the video with others you think may benefit from this kind of analysis, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And let's get into it. All right, we are looking at Bitcoin on the hourly chart. Okay, and why do I say that today is the day? First and foremost, what I like to do is whatever my analysis during any, so I'm managing a trade right now. Managing a trade meaning I'm in the trade. I've been in a short for forever. So managing this trade, I'm always looking at it or trying to look at it with fresh set of eyes, seeing, okay, what can be, was I completely off? Like, what am I looking at? And just looking at this again, seems to me that my original take has been more or less correct. Okay, we are in impulsive price action to the downside, right? This is clearly the first wave, right? This pullback is clearly the second wave, and this is very likely the second wave of the third wave, okay? Not the fourth wave, right? Because this, to me, is not 5 waves, 5 contiguous waves, right? It's not a full 5 wave. It is, obviously, but it is not a complete, within this degree, a complete 5 wave movement. So that's still my take, okay? I still believe that our next local stop is the end of this 3 wave on our support, our 38 to 39K support, okay? I believe that for 2 reasons, more or less. 3 reasons. So you take if this were just an M-top, pattern analysis, you take the height of this and you go down from this breakdown, and you see that, okay, that takes you to about there, but there's nothing really supporting you until you get here. Let's zoom out just to make sure of that. Well, you do have some historical support at that region, right? But it's weak. So it's unlikely that we stop just mid track. Also, just doing pattern analysis, going back to the hourly, you can simply, just as easily as you can use this as the neckline, you can also use this as the neckline right here, right? And that gives you some kind of head and shoulders, okay? And that target is indeed all the way down here, okay? That's almost perfect. So that seems to me more likely, okay? And that's the first reason that I think the first target is 39K. The second reason is we see that the third wave typically is the extension, the 1618 to 2 Fibonacci extension of the first wave. You take the Fibonacci extension of the first wave, retracement of the purported 2 wave, and you see that it falls exactly in between this 1618 to 2 region right here. Okay, so that's the second reason. Okay, the first one's pattern analysis. The second was Fibonacci extension. The third, if I recall, was simple support and resistance. Right, there is very little in terms of support in this area. Okay, so the next support, the next viable support, in my estimation, is the neckline of this structure, whatever it is. Okay, and if you look left, we see that this, let's go on the 4 hourly, that this was also, all right, let's see, this neckline was also the neckline of this structure here, which is our huge Wyckoff accumulation structure, right, in the summer, that yielded this B wave, quote unquote, bull run. Okay, so it's very likely that we find support on top of this structure, just as we did in October, right? Mid bull run or mid B wave. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing. Those are the 3 reasons I think the third wave. Oops, what am I doing? These are the reasons, those 3 main reasons why I think wave 3 ends up at, well, I can get even more specific, about 38.2. Okay, that's why I think 38.2 is the next stop. We get a wave 4 and then a quick week down to wave 5. Those are my next moves. Okay, personally, I'm going to observe once we hit 38.2 what happens. I think we likely get one more wave to the downside, and that wave will take us, I believe, right on our 3-month support. Zooming out very quickly for those of you who are not subscribed, we have been in a downtrend for about 86 days, 86-day long downtrend right here, and that support line or that resistance line is now support because we are above it. Okay, and so back to the hourly, I believe that wave 5 of our trend simply takes us to touch that trend line, okay, because we broke through right here, okay, and every time you flip resistance into support or support into resistance, it's retested at some point in time. So here's the retest. Boom. That's where I think wave 5 hits, okay? So those are the 3 reasons why I think our Elliott wave impulse looks something like this, okay? In terms of timing, I don't know. However, let's get back into why I think today's the day we get this big move for wave 3, okay? And wave 3 is typically the most impulsive and the longest of the Elliott waves. And here is what we're getting in this case, okay? So let's do that analysis, we'll have to go on the even smaller time frame. So we're on the 15-minute time frame, okay? And for those of you who are subscribed, you'll know that I've said that we are in complex correction. We've been in complex correction. This was a complex correction, some sort of a WXY, okay? This is also, I believe, a WXY. And here's what I'm seeing quickly. And for those of you who may not know, in Elliott wave theory, complex corrections come in 2 types, double threes and triple threes. And you'll know exactly why we call them double threes in a second. If you want to know more about Elliott wave theory, I suggest not only listening to people do analysis on YouTube, that's useful, that can be useful, but the most useful is to really hone your fundamentals. Make sure you understand the principles backwards and forwards you need to in order to execute them at the speed of a trade. You need to do that. And the manual I recommend is in the description. If you use the link, you support the channel. It's called Elliott Waves Made Simple. It's one of the best manuals on Elliott Wave that I've personally read, and I've read a lot of Ralph Nelson Elliott's own works. One of Ralph Nelson Elliott's works that I recommend if you want to read the source material is called The Secret of the Universe. That's one of my favorites by him. Okay, here's what I'm seeing. Let's zoom in even more. So this complex correction to me seems finished, and this is why. When we first got in, right, the first move's a W, right? Then it's a 1, 2, wait, sorry. Let me start that over again. The first move is a W, and the first move to me goes 1, 2, 3, okay? That's my first move. And then here's my X right there. And then it's 1, 2, 3, Y. Here's my WXY. And why do I think it's finished? Because at the end of every correction, be it a simple correction ABC or a complex correction WXY or WXYXC, the final move is always fully impulsive. What do we see here? What do we see here? I see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see a fully impulsive move. Okay, that's the first fully impulsive move that I see. Fully impulsive, not part of an ABC, because this is an impulsive move to the downside, but this is an X wave. Here, let's pull out the pen. Impulsive moves to the downside, this is an X wave. The correction is counter to the trend. The trend is down, the correction is up. So when I say fully impulsive move, it has to be going up because the correction itself has to be, the general trend of the correction is up, okay? So this was a fully impulsive move, but it was part of a larger 3-wave structure, right? That's a 3-wave structure. This is fully impulsive, that's an X wave, okay? This is not fully impulsive, but partially impulsive. It's an ABC structure. This is an ABC structure. This is your fully impulsive sort of ending diagonal, it seems. Ending diagonal 5-wave structure. Because we've printed this, I believe that this is the end, right? Every corrective structure, the C wave is fully impulsive. The Z wave is fully impulsive. The Y wave is fully impulsive. Hope that makes sense. This is why I think that once this is finished and we do whatever our mini mini flat correction to pivot down, we will go in. So I think the big move is coming within the next hour, maybe maybe in the next hour. It's likely the next hour because I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go in even smaller time frame. Yeah, I think that this was the A wave right here. Yep. This is A wave, B wave, maybe come here, maybe it's finished, maybe it's a zigzag, I don't know. But yeah, we're pretty much there. Next couple hours maximum, I think we're going to get our big move. Okay, that's why I'm seeing it. Okay, and now, as usual, corroborating our Bitcoin analysis with Litecoin and Ethereum, also assets with large market dominance, meaning they comprise a large percentage of the monies traded in the cryptocurrency space. We can see that we're getting something similar, not exactly the same, but similar. Okay. And let's go on the hourly time frame. 4-hourly time frame. Okay, we're on Ethereum now. Let's looking at Ethereum, and you see that on the 4-hourly time frame is very clear. You get fully impulsive. We got to broaden that a bit, but you have your fully impulsive price action here. Okay, that's very clear to see on the 4-hourly time frame. And if you zoom in, see the hourly, we can see I see a 333 here. Okay, so instead of a WXY, I see a WXYXZ. Hard to count while they're forming, but when they're completing, it's a little more simple. Okay, so here's where I see my W, my 3-wave structure W, my X, my Y, my X. Whoops, I chose the wrong one. Here we go. Okay, again, W, 3-wave structure, X, 3-wave structure, Y, my X2 right here, and then my fully impulsive Z. And right here, I think, is the end of our 333. All right, and we call it 333 because they're 3-wave structure in W, in Y, and in Z. Okay, and Z is actually not a 3-wave structure. Well, you can say it's a 3-wave structure, but it's more fully impulsive. Okay, and finally, with Litecoin, we see something similar. Whoops. Litecoin. All right. There's something similar about this analysis. Not the same, but similar. All right, let's broaden that. And just like in Ethereum, I do see a triple three. Okay, and it goes something like this: W X 1, 2, 3 Y 1, 2, 3 X2, and then fully impulsive ending diagonal Z wave. Okay, I think that's it. I think that is it, my friends. And finally, you see what's the next move. So you see on Litecoin very clearly, you can see a descending, broadening wedge. We're getting into pattern analysis here. Let's see. Descending, broadening wedge. I think we're in wave 4 of a descending, broadening wedge. Okay, and this is an ending diagonal, I think. So you get 3 waves here, 3 waves here, 3 waves here. Maybe 3 ends here, right? Or something like that. I don't know. But I think that we are getting going. So basically, because of the pattern being formed, just looking at pattern analysis, these descending, broadening wedges tend to break out, okay? So that's what I'm seeing with Litecoin. So that's the next move. I think the next move is a breakout, not all the way up, but this is going to be a B wave. This is going to make this an A wave. This is going to be a 3-wave structure B wave, and then we're going to make a new lower low, making most likely in a lot of assets a new lower low with this C wave, okay, to the downside. But before we do that C wave, we're going to break out and form a bit of upside, okay? And the targets are going to be a little different for each asset, but that's what I'm seeing. Same in Ethereum. You see here a descending, broadening wedge, okay? And you can look these patterns up on the internet in terms of, what they're likely to do. I don't do pattern analysis. That's not my wheelhouse. Obviously, I observe them. I look at charts all day, but I'm not like, an expert pattern analysis guy. So I don't know what manual to refer you to in order to do your manual or your pattern analysis studies. But look into something, a reliable source, in terms of what a falling or what did I call this? A descending broadening wedge. What a descending broadening wedge does, what the percentage of breakouts are. You can look that stuff up, people who are serious pattern analysis traders will give you percentage breakouts of these kinds of patterns. But so that's why I'm seeing after this, we're getting some sort of breakout, and that breakout's a B wave. In Bitcoin, more specifically, I believe that this is going to give us a B wave that retests this level, okay? And this is pure conjecture at this point, but I think once we go here, we get 3 waves to test this level, that this strong support become resistance, and we form a zigzag to the downside. I can talk about that more in a future episode. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.